The UK's first ever migrant crime report, produced by the Centre for Migration Control, shows the scale of the crisis gripping Britain. New analysis has suggested foreign nationals are more than 3 times as likely to be arrested for sexual offences compared to British citizens. It is the first study of its kind by the Centre for Migration Control of data from police forces, the Home Office, and the Office for National Statistics, ONS. Freedom of Information requests sent to all 43 territorial police forces in the UK have allowed the CMC to compile information on the total number of arrests of foreign nationals, the nationalities with the highest arrest rates, and the foreign arrest rate for sexual offences for the first 10 months of 2024. It comes after figures showed the number of migrants arriving in the UK in 2024 by crossing the English Channel in small boats was up by a quarter on the previous year. Labour faced opposition accusations of having lost control of our borders, as Home Office data suggested 36,816 people made the journey last year. There are usually more small boat arrivals in the second half of the year because the weather in summer and autumn is generally more favorable, with days on which the wind and wave levels in the channel are most conducive to crossings referred to as red days. Home Office sources said there were 88 such days in the second half of 2024, compared with 50 in the second half of 2023, citing this as the key reason for the difference in the number of arrivals between those periods. According to the report published, there were more than 9,000 arrests made of foreign nationals for sexual offenses in the first 10 months of last year in 41 of the 43 forces in England and Wales. Compared to British suspects, foreigners were 3.5 times as likely to be arrested for sex offenses, based on a rate of nearly 165 arrests per 100,000 of the migrant population against 48 per 100,000 for Britons. Mass migration has made us all less safe, and in particular has led to a spike in violence against women and girls. We have intuitively known this for a long time, but the Home Office has refused to publish the data to verify this fact. We now need a serious national conversation about how to address the huge crisis that is on our doorstep. We cannot hide from these statistics. The data also reveals significant disparities in arrest rates for different nationalities. Albanians consistently rank among the highest, reflecting a concerning trend. For all crimes, Albanians were the nationality most likely to be arrested, followed by Afghans, Iraqis, Algerians, and Somalians. This highlights the need for a nuanced approach to immigration policy, considering not just the overall number of arrivals, but also the specific characteristics and potential risks associated with different nationalities. There were 48 nationalities with a higher arrest rate per 1,000 people than British suspects. According to the figures, released under Freedom of Information laws, foreign nationals were arrested at twice the rate of British natives, accounting for 131,000 of the arrests from January to October 2024. While foreigners make up 9% of the population, they accounted for 16.1% of the total number of arrests. Any foreign national who is found to have broken the law should be removed without question. The Home Office has been so concerned with appeasing open border lobbyists that it has forgotten its first duty is to keep the British public safe. It comes as senior Conservative MPs have been urging both Labour and the Tories to publish data that would enable league tables of the crime rates of nations' migrants to be compiled. The practice is done in Denmark and some US states, and a backbench amendment to Rishi Sunak's sentencing bill would have required the government to present a report to Parliament each year detailing the nationality, visa, and asylum status of every offender convicted in English and Welsh courts in the previous 12 months. However, the bill was abandoned following Rishi Sunak's announcement of a general election on May 22nd last year. MPs are expected to make similar amendments to immigration and sentencing legislation laid before Parliament by Sir Keir Starmer later this year. Shadow Justice Secretary Robert Jenrick has been among those calling for such data, to enable the Home Office to strengthen visa and deportation policies for nationalities linked to higher crime rates in the UK. The reluctance of the Home Office to publish this crucial data raises serious concerns about transparency and accountability. The public has a right to know the facts about crime rates within different migrant populations. This information is essential for informed public debate and for developing effective policies to address these challenges. Mr. Jenrick said, "To establish an immigration and criminal justice system that serves the interests of the British public, policymakers need this information. There is not a single good reason why the Ministry of Justice shouldn't publish this in full, completely transparently, on a regular basis." Analysis by the Center for Migration Control showed there were 23.9 arrests per thousand for migrants between January and October last year, compared with 12 per thousand for Britons. The rate rose to 3.5 for sex offense crimes. Some forces recorded higher rates of arrests of foreign nationals for sexual offenses. In the City of London, they accounted for 2/3, 66.9%, of the arrests. The Metropolitan Police recorded 39.2%, while in Derbyshire it was 44.8%, and in the West Midlands, 38.8%. Nevertheless, the statistics can't be ignored. Among UK citizens, the arrest rate for sex offenses is 48 per 100,000. Among foreign nationals, it is 164.5. The revelation demands answers as to who we are letting into the country and who we are failing to deport. Robert Bates, the founder and research director of the Center for Migration Control, told The Telegraph, "There should not be a single foreign national in the UK who is breaking our laws, not one. Yet we somehow have over 10,000 foreign nationals in Britain's prisons, many more on probation or released into the community, and a merry-go-round of repeat offenders that we are unable to deport." Were the Home Office seriously committed to the well-being of the British public, it would, without hesitation, look to address this problem by introducing far stricter visa protocols on those nationalities with a disproportionately high propensity to engage in criminality. The current situation is unacceptable. The government must prioritize the removal of foreign nationals who break the law. This includes strengthening deportation mechanisms, improving data collection and analysis, and implementing stricter visa requirements for high-risk nationalities. The safety and well-being of British citizens should be paramount. Further problems in weaning out criminality at the border arise because we do not require every migrant entering the UK to produce a criminal record certificate, and instead, we rely on shaky database sharing with other nations. This has meant that since 2021, nearly 400,000 migrants have been awarded a UK visa without having to produce the equivalent of a disclosure and barring service certificate. Mass migration was a huge policy shift, carried out against the wishes of the British public, and one that the apparatus of the state is loath to abandon. The reluctance to produce an evaluation of the policy's failings is a last-ditch attempt to keep our country tethered to a path that no one wants. It will not work. Your perspective matters. Why does the Home Office continue to withhold this crucial data from the public? Do they truly believe that hiding the truth serves the best interests of the British people? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for updates on similar stories. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your voice matters in these discussions. See you next time.